Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 14th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, a Catholic approach to parenting and discipline. But first, your local weather and this news. Governor Gretchen Whitmer says she is watching lawmakers closely to see what passes the House and Senate to amend the tipped wage and earned sick leave laws. She says she understands the desire to have the conversation to keep the tipped wages lower, as has been urged and demanded by the restaurant industry and workers. Republicans in the House will hold their first legislative hearing today on their bills to protect the state's tipped credit system, raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2029, and give employers flexibility over paid sick time standards. The governor also announced new research and development tax credits yesterday and an innovation fund for startups. The new law means employers with more than 250 workers with qualifying R&D expenses could claim up to $2 million a year. They could get even more if they work with Michigan universities. The Innovation Fund is part of $60 million that the legislature set aside for venture capital funds with the goal of helping early-stage businesses. In Lansing yesterday, State House Republican leaders reversed the ban on employees carrying firearms in the House office building. The ban was enacted by Democrats in the last session as they were working on gun control measures. The new rule only applies to the House office building and not the Capitol, which has its own rules. Dearborn Public Schools are installing vape detectors in the bathrooms to crack down on vaping. School officials say students are taking quick bathroom breaks to vape out of the sight of teachers and the administration, so the detectors will alert them when it is happening. Administrators will receive an alert when one of the detectors senses vaping, and officials will be able to see which bathroom it is coming from. All 3 high schools are installing the detectors. The Federal Rail Administration is awarding $73.4 million to the state to separate a railroad from vehicle traffic in Trenton. The Michigan Department of Transportation says Fort Street connects much of southeast Michigan with I-75. However, 10 to 12 trains cross the road every day, creating major safety concerns. MDOT says the trains have caused delays for emergency vehicles as well as school buses and commuters, so the project will improve emergency vehicle response times, eliminate train vehicle conflicts, and reduce vehicle idling time. Construction on that project is expected to begin in 2029. You're listening to your local news and weather on Ave Maria Radio. Now this.
Teresa Tomeo.
Every time I go to Mass and see my husband serving on the altar as a deacon, it hits me how, with God, all things are possible. I mean, there is no way that we should be still married, number one, based on all the problems we had. But number two, the fact that I'm in Catholic media and my husband is a deacon is simply a testimony to the power of God and the teachings of the church that saved our marriage and, more importantly, our souls.
We're going to see snow showers in Detroit today with as much as 2 inches of new snow possible. We also have a winter weather advisory from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Our high will be 21. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows around 16. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with highs around 24. Thursday we'll have scattered snow showers with temperatures in the lower 30s. And Friday will be partly sunny with highs in the mid-30s. Right now it is 17 and overcast in Detroit. We have a chance of scattered snow showers in Saginaw today. Our high will be 20. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with lows around 14. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with highs around 23. Thursday, we have a chance of scattered snow showers with highs in the lower 30s. Friday will be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the mid-30s. Right now, it is 14 with some light snow in Saginaw. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. Dr. Greg and Lisa Popchak discussed on their program More to Life the Catholic approach to parenting and discipline.
The theology of the body reminds us that families are supposed to be schools of love and virtue. The lessons we learn from how our parents treat us become the unconscious rules we follow in our adult relationships. And this is especially true in regard to discipline, because the way we handle our children's misbehavior establishes lifelong habits in the way they'll handle conflict and disagreement with their future spouse and children, and maybe even other people, like in their workplace. And likewise, although most families don't realize it, the way Catholic parents handle conflict with their children is an important building block of family spirituality. Whenever we have to correct our kids, we need to ask God to help us to be our best selves and teach us how to bring out the best in our child.
You know, one of the most important things we can do to be more confident Catholic parents is get in the habit of praying before we correct our kids. You know, ideally, we want to pray with our kids, by saying something like, Lord, help me know how to be the parent my child needs me to be right now, and show them how much I love them. Help me really listen to their needs and concerns and know how to help them meet those needs in godly ways. And help them to be open to the way I'm trying to help. And then, once you've prayed that together with your child, you can begin addressing whatever the problem might be together. Family life becomes a school of love and virtue that the church says it's supposed to be, not by us trying to figure out how to handle discipline issues and conflicts on our own, but by humbly admitting that all of us parents are learning as we go, and then asking God for the help we need to be the parents He wants us to be every day.
You can catch more great family life advice coming up today at 10 a.m. on More to Life. St. Basil the Great says, we have already received from God the ability to fulfill all His commands. We then have no reason to resent them, as if something beyond our capacity were being asked of us. I'm Matthew Handley. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Tuesday. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.